War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. Published by Illustrated Classic Editions. Chapter 1. Mysterious Bursts of Flame. The little note in the London Daily Telegraph on the 13th of August, 1894, went almost unnoticed by most readers. Flaming gas bursts from Mars. Reports from the island of Java indicate the sighting of a mass of flaming hydrogen gas bursting out from the surface of Mars about midnight on the 12th. This flaming gas appeared to be moving with enormous speeds toward Earth, but within 15 minutes it became invisible. I myself had missed the article, so I was completely ignorant of what would soon become one of the greatest dangers to the human race, and I might have stayed ignorant until it was too late had I not met my old friend Ogilvy, a well-known astronomer, while out for a stroll. "I say there, Wells," he exclaimed upon seeing me. "What do you think of the news from Mars?" "News?" I asked, puzzled. "What news could there be from a planet 40 million miles from here?" "An exciting and unusual happening," cried Ogilvy. "A great light, a blaze almost, had burst from the surface of Mars." I looked at him quizzically, not quite certain that I could share his excitement. Guessing my thoughts, Ogilvy suggested, "Why not come up to my observatory tonight? We can study the heavens together." Why not? I thought, so I agreed to go. That night at midnight, I was taking my turn at the telescope when I saw a reddish flash around the edge of Mars. "Come quickly, Ogilvy!" I cried. I never dreamed then that flash was the launching of an accurately aimed missile for Mars, following the same path to Earth taken by the first flight, one only 24 hours before. Yes, the things they were sending to us were flying swiftly and steadily across 40 million miles to bring much death and destruction to Earth. "Well, Ogilvy," I said, as he turned away from the telescope an hour later, "are the Martians signaling us?" In the darkness of the observatory, he couldn't see the mocking smile on my face. "Ridiculous!" he cried. "It is probably some meteorites falling in a heavy shower on Mars, or perhaps a huge volcano exploding." "But why do you doubt the existence of life on Mars?" I asked. "The chances of any sort of human life there are 1,000,000 to 1, he replied. "Remember, man, Mars is 140 million miles from the sun, and the light and heat it gets is barely half of what we get on Earth. Human life could not survive, for Mars is getting colder and colder." "But there is air and water on Mars," I argued. "Perhaps that wouldn't support life?" Perhaps, he replied, deep in thought. "But surely not life as advanced as ours." Little did I know that night that our planet was being watched closely by beings with greater intelligence than man, beings who were just as mortal as man, beings who had created instruments and weapons man has scarcely dreamed of, beings who watched Earth enviously and slowly made their plans to leave their dying planet and take over their only hope for survival, a green, fertile planet crowded with what they considered inferior animals. Other observers on Earth saw the flames burst forth from Mars that night, the night after, and again each night after that, for a total of 10 nights. Why the shots stopped after the 10th night, no one on Earth has attempted to explain. Meanwhile, the missiles the Martians had fired at us sped earthward at many miles a second, nearer and nearer. But even with this death and destruction hanging over us, men went about their daily activities, peaceful and safe, giving only an occasional glance at the bright dot of light in the heavens called Mars. Chapter End.